welcome to Goat Talk Live.
I don't know. I get a little tired of hearing it, right?
The 99 is terrible. Here, I'm lacking for some reason. It's real white and flabby.
WTF. What are we doing?
Eddie, I tell everybody to listen that we're a really big deal.
Continues to grow and grow and grow.
Well, you heard me say it once. I'll say it again. This is Goat Talk Live. Welcome, everybody, on a Thursday night. We're glad to have everybody here, all 7 of you so far. Let's roll it on in. Come on in. We got plenty of seats. I said I had a lot of chairs pre-show. We need butts and seats. We need them. So come on in. Say hello. Got my main man, Patrick Drabick, something I've never said before. That's the first time I've ever said that sentence. I'll never say it again. That was weird.
Nah, it didn't work.
Pat, how's it going?
It's good, man. Been busy as heck, doing a lot of things with Goat Locker Racing. Obviously, we got a lot of really cool stuff to talk about here this evening, and I'm just excited, man. It's another show. We wrapped up the summer series. We launched a bunch of schedules for the fall series.
Yeah.
We got an 87 paint scheme thing to get to. We got some cool stuff to talk about. And, oh, by the way, we're going to introduce the newest member. Well, he's not new to Goat Locker Racing, but he's new to the leadership team. We're going to have a great conversation with him. So people don't have to get bored to death, but just between me and you.
Yeah.
Oh. And I brought my corn. I brought my corn.
He's got his William Byron gear, got his corn, obviously a win. It just shows how corny he is as what it is. Well, we got to thank, before we get rolling, and it's going to be a good show for you tonight, we got to thank SAVE22, our main sponsor for this podcast. We are presented by SAVE22, and as always, it's the same thing every week, and I mean it, and I want you to do it. If you hadn't done it already, shame on you. Go to save22.vet. Your mama didn't raise you right if you hadn't done it already. Go to @save22vet on YouTube. Either donate, go to their Facebook page, tell them hello, tell them you support them, tell them to say you love them, and that Goat Locker sent you. Go to Tuesday Talk on Tuesday mornings. Go back and watch it. Leave a comment. You don't have to watch it Tuesday morning. You're busy at work. Hey, it's fine. If you go on break, watch it then. If you come home, watch it then. I don't know. Watch it sometime.
Anytime.
And leave a comment. Let them know that y'all are thinking about them. And they had that building that got broke into. So hopefully we'll get an update on that. Hopefully they're getting something back rolling with it. But yeah, love SAVE22. Can't wait to have them on again, talk to them, see what's going on with SAVE22. They've been doing a lot of NHRA stuff, all kinds of stuff. They've been moving and grooving, and we're proud to have them a partner of this. And if y'all are out there, hello, how you doing? All right. Well, also, thanks to Taylor Kitchen for allowing us to be on ATYL Media. Normally, our broadcasts are on V-Speed, but the Goat Talk Live is on ATYL Media, and it is such a great place for this to be on her channel with all her incredible podcasts and her media team, content team, just incredible. We get to be a part of that. So nice. So definitely want to go over to ATYL Media. If you're not subscribed to this channel that you're watching this on right now, go ahead and hit subscribe. And also go to happyhourracing.com/ATYL if you look for any kind of NASCAR memorabilia. You want some shirt, hat like what Pat's got on right there. No better place to go do it than scan that QR code. Go to ATYL on the little backslash there and let them know that you came from them. Give them some love. Got to think, you know what? I'm feeling like I got a lot of love to give tonight. I want to give some love to Jam Printing and Promotions. Gosh, dog. Can't wait to have Amber back on here. It was a great time. Maybe her and her husband get on here and we can get rid of Pat for a week or something like that and bring them on. That'd be awesome. So Jam Printing Promotions, a huge part of Goat Locker. They appreciate them. And, of course, Glove Station. If you need a pair of gloves, I mean, gosh, they got everything. Why would you go anywhere else? I got every single kind of glove you would want. If you're a working man, they want you on that site getting their gloves and, find one to race with, I guess. I don't know. And, of course, Alexander PCs. We had somebody looking for PCs the other day. Hey, PC hardware starting to come down a little bit in the prices. Graphics cards coming up. I just got a new graphics card for the iRacing PC, Pat. And the one that I got upgraded. And I got a 5070 Ti.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got it for $750, which is MSRP, when they've been going for darn near $1,000. So if there is a good time to buy a PC, it's starting to get back to normal after some of the craze the first part of the year. So if you've been thinking about it, Alexander PC, scan that QR code. And of course, when you put your order in, tell them Goat Locker sent you. Let them know that Goat Locker is where you heard about them. Go get them. I mean, Casey Jones, I think the other day he was looking for a PC and they let him. They sent him over there. He sent an email to him. They sent back a bunch of options and gave him some stuff. So they'll help you out. They'll tell you exactly what you need. They know what to do. Of course, they provide the computers for the sim rigs that are given to the recipients. So what better place than Alexander PC?
We were talking to them today, and we have ordered 14 PCs from them at this point in time.
That's all.
All of them have been absolutely flawless. So
yeah.
Can't sing their praises enough.
Well, it's kind of like Subway a little bit too, Pat, because, when you go to Subway, they build the sandwich right in front of you. Well, when you order a PC, a lot of times you go on their Twitch and watch them build your PC. So it's kind of like Subway. Now, you don't get to tell them to put, onions and peppers on it. Well, you can, I guess. I don't know.
You could.
For a small fee, I'm sure they would if you want some tomatoes or something in there. But, so you get to go watch a PC artist put your –
What's a tomato?
Huh?
What's a tomato?
It's a little red thing put on a burger. You know what it is. But
they will etch your glass for you. So I mean, if you want some custom stuff, they'll custom etch your glass for you.
There you go. They might etch a tomato on there. Well, tonight is all about our guests. We haven't had a guest in a few weeks. Summer series kind of took off a little bit, and we're getting back into it. And what better way than to start off the guest of the fall series with? It's called his name on there is Andrew Karnes, but we're going to call him Andy Karnes because he is the new director of operations for Goat Locker Racing. How's it going? What's going on, Andy?
You're muted.
Oh, there he goes. Go ahead.
Oh, Andy's starting me off on the wrong foot
wait,
already.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Hold on.
What? Oh.
Hold on.
Oh.
There we go.
Let's get the,
all right.
How about that? All right, what's going on, Andy?
Hey, thanks, guys. How's it going?
Man, we're doing awesome. It's good to have you here. I mean, you're the only one that looks like professional in this whole setup right now. I mean, you look
somebody's got to carry the banner for Goat Locker.
You look like you're actually in an office, like a professional. The rest of us are a bunch of jackaloos and not really sure what we're doing. And so I'm glad that
at all.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody finally elevated this organization.
Yeah, we just got to fake it till we make it, That's all.
Yep. Well, if you don't know, like I said, the new director of operations, and so we're going to get to know Andy tonight. If you haven't met him before, now's a great time to kind of get the scoop. What's it all about, and what does it mean to be a director of operations? I'm assuming that sounds scary, and it sounds like a lot of responsibility. But if you don't mind, well, before we get to that, tell us a little about yourself, Andy. Where are you from? Where you been?
Well, I'm on the west side of Indianapolis, Avon, Indiana. Come from a corporate world, logistics backgrounds, sales, day-to-day operations, things like that. Kind of prepared me for this role to where you just call a ton of people every day begging for money. So it's pretty much the same thing. So it prepared me for this role. So that's what we're doing. We use that experience to move into here.
Okay. Well, tell us about you. You're from what? Tell us about. Give us the scoop.
The scoop. Give me the down low. All right.
Where'd you come from? What was your?
Northern Indiana, a little town called Napanee, and they still have hitching posts at the grocery store. So it's
Napanee.
Napanee. That's it. Just went through life. You know how it is growing up, and not a pot to piss in, and not a window to throw it out of. So you got to either go to college or the military from where I'm from. So I joined a little bit later in life, and about 23 is when I went in and went in the Army, and I had a 10th grade education, and they said they'll take me if I get a GED. So I went and got a GED, and that's what we did, and jumped in there and went to be a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout, and did that for 4 years and got to run around the world and play warrior and do all that fun stuff. But I did some basic training at Fort Knox and went off to Rose Barracks over in Vilsig, Germany. So I got to play around in Europe for a little bit. That was a good time. Did a peacekeeping mission over in Kosovo, and then rotated back for some training and got to go play in the sandbox over in Iraq for a year.
And how long were you in there? Are you still? Are you have you?
No, I did 4.5 years total. It would have been 3, but they had to implement the stop loss, stop move at the time. So I would have got out a month after we went over to Iraq. So there was a stop loss, stop move. So I got the privilege of going over there and doing what we had to do.
Well, you got out, and then what?
Oh man, just wow, it was pretty rough. You know how it is. You get out and National Purple Heart Day. So happy National Purple Heart Day to everybody. That's out there for that. I did receive one of the 2 medals that you never want to receive. It's either the POW or the Purple Heart, and I got the Purple Heart, and that's so I had a couple of things to deal with after my service there. We ended up moving to Dallas. My brother lived down there, and we thought it'd be a great idea to move to Dallas. This is probably 2013. I really didn't do a whole lot after the military, just kind of kicked around and tried to readjust to things. And we went back down to Dallas, and that's actually where my iRacing career started. I just started Google searching, racing and online and games. And I hadn't been a gamer really, but I've always loved racing and wanted to race. And Kenny Wallace once said, "You race what you can afford, no matter what it is. Just go be happy and race it." And I can't, I couldn't afford a go-kart or a car or truck and trailer and all that. So it's like, well, let's check out this iRacing deal. And I've been doing that now for about 13 years. And
oh, no kidding.
My on-track performance doesn't prove that. Okay. So you would think I started 3 weeks ago with the way I drive, but I have been doing it off and on for 13 years. And no, I searched, and Goat Locker wasn't around then, and nothing was.
Yeah.
But I sat there, back in 2013, started iRacing. I'm by myself. My wife's working. I got a kid in school, and you sit there and you have a great hobby, but there's no connection. It lacked the camaraderie and everything that we talk about here at Goat Locker, right? And that's what makes this so unique. You can jump on and join a league anywhere. There's a bazillion leagues in iRacing, and you could probably go have a good time. But to be with your brothers and your sisters and first responders and everybody, it's what separates it and makes it unique. And so I know firsthand what it's like to not have it. And that was tough. It was fun to get in iRacing, but to not have anything like Goat Locker really kind of sucked, and it would have made it a lot better. But we were there for a couple of years and just too far away from family, and moved back home and started the logistics deal and did that. And well, when we came back home, I actually back up a little bit.
Let me stop you. Stop you real quick. You didn't make a mistake and become a Cowboys fan, did you?
That's a great question.
No, I maintained my honor and stayed a Colts fan. Sorry to all you Cowboys fans.
I got a little worried for a second, but now
I've upset half the nation. They're already going to start taking shots at me for that.
Oh, if they could read, they would be so upset.
They would.
Yeah. But during that time, my hometown suffered a tornado that took out a good chunk of it. And this is after the military, and I kind of felt helpless because I grabbed my backpack and grabbed a flashlight and ran out the door, and there's power lines everywhere and water everywhere. And I'm like, well, I really don't know which one's live and which one's not. And it sparked me to realize that, maybe I'm not quite done yet. So I went out and became an EMT and did that for, ran on 911 ambulance for a couple of years. Wasn't quite as exciting as kicking indoors and yanking terrorists out of their bed at night. So I decided I would stop with that and go over to the fire station. And so I became a firefighter and did that for another 2 years. So I've got 4.5 on the Army and about another 4.5 on fire and EMS.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, as far as iRacing goes, what's your favorite thing to do on iRacing? What is your favorite car, track? What style of racing do you like? I mean, back in 2013, you really didn't have a whole lot of options.
No,
there was, it was
it's
a
overwhelming now.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine when you do it now, and that's probably my biggest problem that I still have, and why I'm probably not that great at it. I just love it, but I'm not great because I don't ever settle on one car and one track and one series, and it's just like I wonder what it would be like to run an Indy car over here. Let's try it. Let's see what it does.
Yeah.
And then you do that for a couple of days. You're like, man, that was kind of cool. And
Yeah.
I don't race a lot during, with the normal iRacing platforms. It can get a little crazy and chaotic. So it's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I get tired of hearing them talk under caution. That's why I don't
Yeah.
race them. My gosh, I just pipe
Yeah.
up sometimes. I go, hey, y'all wives don't let you talk or something. Like, what? Can y'all not just stop talking and just ride under caution? It just becomes
it's no one ever did anything wrong. Just ask them. The guy cut his nose off. He's like, "Oh, kid, you drive like trash." It's like, I'm done. I can't do this, man. So I got into it. Yeah, I was really looking forward to the AI. So, and I'm really kind of looking forward to the NASCAR 25. I think that would be a neat thing because I enjoy kind of the creating my own schedule and creating my own track. And I really wish they would come out and you can create a season on AI, but it has to be with the same car. Mm-hmm. I want to create the ultimate like Wheelman Racing series where it's 15 or 20 or 30 cars with 15 or 20 different tracks. And you only get to race up the car one time at one track. And if you can win, or if you win that series, you're a hell of a wheelman, and you can try pretty much anything with wheels. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I would love to see more season type stuff. I know there's a lot of, I'm sure there's a lot of lawyer stuff that I don't care about that goes into making all that stuff work. But excited for the video game. iRacing has grown so much since 2013. I mean, that's right as I think the new tire model was coming out. So you came in right about that time. So that's a long time to be on iRacing. You've been on iRacing for 13 years. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's more than you were in you're in school.
Yeah, I only made it 10 years in school, so that explains a lot.
Yeah. Woo! Shots fired. Fired.
But yeah, no, it's cool, man, and we're glad to have you. What series are you going to race in the fall at all?
Yeah, I'll race the ARCA series on Monday. I would love to race more. I really would. I'd love to race 3 nights a week, but family commitments and time and things. I want to make sure I'm living a good balanced schedule.
Well, and let's be clear to anybody out there. I don't think any of us want you to race every single series that we put out there. You know what I'm saying? Not just you, Andy, but anybody in here.
Right.
There's no expectation. We just want people to participate in the ones they want. That's why we have so many different ones. So you have a choice of what you want to race. So I'm glad that you like the ARCA car. Do you like the new ARCA car? Do you miss the old one? What's your feeling?
No, I like the new one. It's fine. I just figured that's a good place to start with my skill set and my skill level. I just haven't applied enough time to any one series or genre. So it's like I said, I don't stick just with trucks or anything to where I'm good at one discipline. So this is a good stepping stone. Even after 13 years, I just haven't had the time to pour into it. But now I do, and life is at a point where you can. So I'll do that and see if I can work up the ladder and do it just like the real life. You got to finish top 5 in ARCA, and maybe we'll see if you can go to truck.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're excited about that. Well, let's talk a little bit about iRacing, your role here at iRacing, and let's kind of dig into deep if you want to, Pat. I'll let you kind of take the hold of this one, and because I'd love to know more about this position, what you're going to be doing, and how it pertains to Goat Locker Racing. I think I just asked the question.
You did. You just kind of nailed it. So thanks for throwing it over to me, Eddie. Back to you. Over at sports, back to Eddie. Let's just throw that one right back. But no, I mean, Eddie, just kind of tell your backstory about your introduction to Goat Locker Racing, and then just how this whole thing came up, and then we'll kind of dig in a little bit about kind of some of your thoughts and things when it comes to the nonprofit and what we're going to be doing outside of iRacing.
Yeah. So I started. I was introduced to Patrick in Goat Locker by a mutual friend of ours, I guess. We had some office space, and they're like, "Well, hey, have you ever heard of these guys? You're not into racing or anything, are you?" And I was like, "Man, I'll watch anything. I'll watch lawnmowers race," and I actually have. So that's a true story. And she told us about it. She's like, "Well, you're a veteran. You like racing. You ought to check these guys out." And so jumped on the website, Facebook and things, and looked at it. linked up with Patrick, and we went out to lunch and had a conversation. And that's back when I was in logistics sales, and I always kind of focused on the motorsports and racing market for our product to try and sell logistics and parcel and services and things. So I had some contacts, and I'm like, man, this is a great cause. This is awesome. Let me send out a couple of emails and just try and connect you to some people, and we'll see what happens. Made some good connections out of that. We had some good sponsorships come up, and that was great. And that's kind of where it started. And then as the corporate thing kind of died, and I don't know. I kind of Pat and I went to lunch. What was it? Probably a month ago or something, and we were just talking. And I'd already quit my job. I'd had enough of the corporate scene, and I was at the point like, screw it. I'll go DoorDash if I have to. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm miserable.
Wow.
I'm strapped to a chair working 50 hours a week. I hate life. I'm cussing at my family because I hate my job, and it's a shitty way to live, and I wasn't going to do it. So that's exactly what I did. I quit my job, went and started DoorDash, and slinging, delivering cheeseburgers for $5, and, it was a humbling time for sure, but nothing wrong with it. It's just a tough gig, But Pat and I went to lunch, and he's like, yeah, man, I don't know where we're going to find it or how we're going to do it, but I just really need to find somebody to come in here and help us out and hire somebody, bring somebody on to be working with me. And I was like, oh, I'm sure the pay sucks, but the job sounds cool, so I'm in.
It does suck. It's pretty terrible.
Oh, the pay's terrible. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. It's great, but that's exactly what I was looking for, and that's exactly why I left. When I left the corporate side, I said, my wife obviously and I had a huge conversation about it. You're going to do what? And I said, I just want to go work for like a nonprofit. And we had that conversation. I said, I just want to work with my heart, and everything will kind of work out, but it has to be meaningful, and I have to want to get out of bed. And I think a good gauge or measure of that is a Sunday night. Sunday night at 8:00, when you're about ready to throw the remote through the television because you got to go to work in the morning, that's a good indicator you probably need to find a new career. And now it's like Sunday night, I'm like, heck yeah, man, let's go. I got this at 10:00. I'm gonna do this at 11. I'm gonna get that. And at the end of the day, it's all about helping vet and first responders and organizations. So it's an honor and it's a privilege to be sitting here today. And I couldn't be more excited or happier with the way things worked out.
Yeah,
well, we'll fix that. We'll fix all that. We'll get rid of all that. I mean, that's way too much excitement. That's way
with a rookie stripe on it. I got the rookie stripe.
Too much positivity right now. Way too much positivity. We will tone that down. Hang out in Discord for about 48 hours. You'll lose all of that pretty quickly.
Don't trip and fall in the soapbox.
Don't do that one. That'll hurt. That'll get you down. But talk a little bit more, and obviously we've had a lot of lunches. We've known each other a year and a half, 2 years at this point in time. Had a lot of lunches together, and then this.
It sounds like all y'all do is eat lunch. That's what I'm getting so far. Y'all have done nothing but eat lunch so far. I've asked, what the hell do you do? And you said, well, we're going to lunch. We went to lunch. We talked. We went to lunch. Like,
everybody's got to eat.
Hey, man. Look, there's an amazing restaurant that is very close to both of us called The Coachman. It is owned by a Marine Corps veteran. You go in there, he's got this whole POW set up. He's got flags and challenge coins. So why would you not go there and eat and support a local business and a Marine veteran?
Okay.
So, and it's good food at the end of the day. But, hey, back to we eat too many lunches. That's part of what I do. I eat a lot of lunches, Eddie. That's where I meet I had a lunch meeting today. I'll have a lunch meeting tomorrow. I had one, it's just what it is. But, talk a little bit, Andy, about, what we kind of talked about with your role as the director of operations and really with the nonprofit. It's not like you're going to be engaging much in the racing series besides racing. We have all those guys that, deal with that and all that stuff, but you're going to be more focused in the nonprofit world. And so kind of talk a little bit about, some of the things that you're looking at and some of the initiatives that you're working right now.
Well, I mean, personally, my goal is to bring as much funding into this organization as humanly possible. That's because it takes, the more veterans we have, the more sim rigs we donate, it always is, at the end of the day, it's always going to take money. So, and it's unfortunate, we can't win everybody over with our hearts and minds. At the end of the day, we do need a lot of cash to run to help as many people as we can. And that's what I want to do. I want to try and network and market and position this group into the right companies, the right organizations, the right partnerships, and something that makes sense for everybody, even in the corporate world. And they see value in what we're doing and find the right people. Because to me, it's all about partnerships. That's something I felt we lost in the corporate world. Was the old school thought was you have to you buy from who you like, right? So there was always a relationship there. Now in the corporate world, that's kind of dead, and it's just about giving my numbers and hit your metrics and your targets, and they've lost that human touch. And this is a great chance for me to not necessarily sell, but to position this organization in the light of buy from people you like. Let's go hang out, let's have a conversation, let's talk and just be people. And at the end of the day, if we can work something out, great. If we can't, great. But there's no give me my 10% growth over the course of the next 60 days and all that corporate, so that's my focus. Is I just want to get really good partnerships with amazing companies and get us in front of the right people, and let's get as much money to flow into this to Goat Locker as we can, and in turn that will flow directly to the veterans. And that's the other thing I like. I mean, how we talked about the money side of it and stuff. I wouldn't be a part of it if I didn't think that the fiscally responsible organization and the amount of money that comes in and the amount that goes out to the veterans is just awesome. It really is.
Well, there's always goals with Goat Locker of being able to do things for veterans, and so the sim rig thing came about, and that's a goal that's been hit now 13, 12, 11, 12
10.
times. I can't remember, 10 times, yeah. And that's amazing, and that's going to continue. I would imagine until somebody just falls out or a bunch of people fall out, I guess. But what is the next step for Goat Locker? And this may be a two-parter for both of you or something like that, but what is the next step? You reached that goal, and you did it 10 times. And now you're hiring folks like Andy Karnes to come on board to help expand. Expand into what exactly?
Well, those are great questions. Look at you. Like, you got your interviewer hat on and everything.
Yeah, how about that?
Ooh, these are like the hard-hitting questions.
I gave you the voice, too, man. Ooh. Like I wrote it down. It ain't wrote nowhere. It's all up here in the noggin, buddy.
See, Andy shows up and we get all professional. That's this is crazy. No, that's a phenomenal question. I get asked that question quite frequently, is where is Goat Locker Racing heading? What direction are you going? Who do you want to be when you grow up? Those types of things. And we've got a lot of priorities on the map. And we've got a lot of things that we want to accomplish. We are in the middle of taking that next big step. We've definitely welcomed Gary Landit. I figured out how to pronounce his name now. Gary Landit to the board of directors. And he's going to bring a lot to the organization as well. We went out and, I would say we went out and found Andy, but Andy just stuck his hand in the air and said, me. And I said, okay, let's do it. And so we brought Andy in. And so we are really working hard on the nonprofit so we can expand and help more veterans. And so if you would ask specifically, what are our next goals? What are our next things that we're doing and working on? Well, one, the primary goal is going to go back to the racing league. And it's something that Andy's been diligently working on, and I think we've made some really good headway, is to get a sponsor for the sports car series. We hear you, Goat Locker. We hear you that everybody wants to be, on the show, and everybody needs to be on the show. We all agree to that. And so those are the, in the short term, those are the things that we're looking at. Also in the short term, I'm pretty sure, here, I'm not going to put a timetable on it, but I will say here in the near future, Goat Locker Racing is going to have a facility here in Indianapolis that people can come to. We'll have the sim set up. We will have veteran sim rigs there. We'll have the stock car there. Goat Locker Racing will have a facility that people can come, see, touch, and feel, because that helps bring us to that next level of things and help us become an even bigger organization and court bigger sponsorship and those types of things. The more, and Andy mentioned this a couple different times, but the more money that we can flow into Goat Locker Racing, and believe me, it has well exceeded any expectation, anything that I ever dreamed of to this point in time. But if we could do more of these things, so we've experimented with a couple things like the retreats to racetracks, and while some people they piss and moan about the house that was rented for them, and all this other kind of crazy stuff. We want to do more things like that. We're seeing things like that. We're seeing some other opportunities where we can bring people together that want to come together in real life and have those bonding experiences, whether it's in the middle of a field with a bunch of stones and whatever. You just get in where you fit in. Um, you know, the next evolution of Goat Locker Racing 2, is going to be where we start a chapter system. We're not going to be one of those organizations that have a chapter in every state. That's just too much. It's too much of a headache. But to strategically have some geographical areas where we have, a mobile setup and everything that we can deploy and get out to different events. So we've put those targets on the map. You will see here shortly too. We're going to start hosting. We've hosted some charity events. We've hosted some charity races. We've raised some good money, but we're going to start having in-person charity events where we invite people out. We have guest speakers. We have things we're going to auction off. We're going to start moving into this bigger world, into the nonprofit. If all of that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's also awesome that you're mostly based out of Indiana, which you are based out of Indiana, and so that's kind of where the sort of the maelstrom of it is, if you will. But what's cool about iRacing is that you can be not just in Indiana, but all over the globe. Which is such a cool thing. You can provide a place to come and race. They're not just locked down to one area like a lot of nonprofits seem to be. So that's a really, really cool thing. Just an advantage as well.
Yeah, and one of the questions, again, that I get asked quite often is, yes, we're Indiana based. A lot of our funding has come from an Indiana grant, so a lot of Hoosier veterans have gotten the sim rigs, and I get a lot of questions about, when are you going to do something for a veteran outside of the state of Indiana? That is the goal. But we have to raise those funds. I don't have a grant in the state of Ohio. I don't have a grant in the state of North Carolina to pay for these things. And so we have to go out there and we have to find that corporate sponsorship. We have to go out there and find those donors and organizations that allow us to do those things.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's incredibly important that we do that. There are more veterans outside of the state of Indiana that can benefit from the equipment and everything that we're doing. And so, that's another big target on the map as well, is getting the corporate sponsorship and the funding to be able to do a rig in Tennessee, to do one. God forbid we ever make it down to Mississippi, because nobody wants to go to Mississippi. To do one in some of these different areas with different organizations is so crucial to me. And I've heard you, I've heard everybody. I get asked that question a lot. We're going to find it. We're going to figure out a way. We figured out a way to grow from 2 retired chiefs just knuckling around on freaking iRacing to a full-fledged, nonprofit in this amount of time. Believe me, between, all of us now at this point in time, we're going to figure out a way to reach out to more veterans, to get more equipment into veterans' hands. We've done almost $30,000, which is mind-blowing. Yeah. We've given out almost $30,000 worth of equipment. And we're sitting here today talking about, we got to do more. Yeah. The work's not done. We got a lot more work to do.
Yeah. I think it kind of circles back to what Andy was talking about. You grow up and you're chasing money or chasing something, but it's funny when you get a little bit older, the things that really matter to you really change. And so it's really awesome to see y'all kind of really digging in on doing something that just makes you happy and it helps you sleep good at night. You go put your head down to go to sleep. You kind of go, I'm making a difference. And man, that just sure does make. I know we're not here trying to blow any smoke up your butts, but it is nice to see that. Andy, it's nice to see you find something that kind of does that. It's funny how that happens when you get a little bit older. Your perspective kind of skews to I want to make a difference at last. I'm just a pencil pusher. I'm a cog in a wheel. I want to do something that matters. So it's really just awesome stuff. The nonprofit's been kicking ass. And it's going to continue to do that, and Andy's going to be a big part of it. I hope so. Man, it was good to kind of get to know you there, Andy. Andy's going to stick around, and let's see. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was reading this. Somebody said doing a street race on the Meridian, Mississippi Naval Air Base would be very awesome. Sir Wood Rooster says that. I don't know about that. I don't know if the cars might be stolen. I don't know.
And the Seabees would probably have something to say about that too.
So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but glad to have everybody watching here. We'll kind of give you some love in chat. All shout outs to people that are in here: Jamie Lipke, Noah Hogard, Jacob Ellingson, of course, Tim Jones. Let's see, Lucas Lyons in here with us tonight. Let's see
boy.
who else. Mark Cofield's getting a little chatty. Brandon Wallace saying somebody's wearing eyeliner. I don't know who that is.
What?
They're saying you're wearing makeup, Pat. So I don't
Me?
know. I don't know. There's some Jackaloo talk. Did we say Jackaloo? Did one of you
I
say
did. I
you
said Jackaloo.
Okay, there's a lot of Jackaloo talks.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a word I just made up on the spot. So if anybody is curious, like, where did that come from? I just made it up on the spot.
Heck yeah.
You know.
Straight off the dome, baby.
Because sometimes something else is going to come out of your mouth and you have to switch it very quickly.
Yeah.
So it just turned out to be Jackaloo. That's it.
It's probably for the best. Sedarius Dias, or I don't know. I'm always saying Davis, but I think it's Days. Sedarius Days, Dias. I don't know.
Yeah, don't ask me, man.
They've told me before, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Sir Wood Rooster is in there in the chat. So yeah, glad to have y'all here with us and watching. But the nonprofit's got a lot of stuff going on, so Andy's gonna stay with us for the rest of the show. And of course, we got to talk about the Lincoln Tech Car Show. There's rescheduled for the 3rd of October. And Pat, you can stop me whenever you have something else to say about this. They'll be giving out more information as time comes. And if it doesn't work out, Pat, I think it's just done. If it doesn't work out, we're not even going to say that. It's going to work out, ain't it?
I'm not. No, even if something else happens, I promise you, it's just going to be me and Andy in a parking lot somewhere with the stock car, and I'm just going to do donuts, and we're going to post it up on social media or something. It's going to be me in Lincoln Tech's parking lot just ripping tires.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'll make sure I start hitting all the tire shops around here for a tire donation. Okay, got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Or maybe
put that on the board.
One way or another, we're putting on a car show.
Maybe a tarp. Maybe a big old tarp. Let's see. Well, we talked about SAVE22. So be sure to check out what SAVE22 is doing. They've been doing a lot of cool things in the drag racing world with Lex June.
Yes, sir. They have more free tickets available. Please email SAVE22. If you watch Tuesday Talks or you look at any of the social media, I think it's Tuesday Talk at save22.vet. If you're interested in going to any of those drag racing events, most of them are over there in Ohio. And I know we got a bunch of letter yelling people in our Discord and within our family as well. So you guys, nobody's okay. No one's laughing at that one. Great. All right, I'm gonna move on. Then.
I'm looking for an email address. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay.
I'm sure it was hilarious. Your jokes are always real funny.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was really funny too, Eddie. Yeah. So get a hold of them. Head out to one of those events. It's free. You can bring somebody with you for free. You'll get to meet the guys at SAVE22. You'll get to meet Lex June, who's doing some incredible stuff, spreading the word about veteran causes and everything like that. And it's drag racing. I mean, it's big horsepower, lots of tire smoke. Are you even a man if you don't enjoy drag racing? I don't know. I'm not trying to pull anybody's man card at this point in time either. Before we get that pushback too. They're like, wait a minute, Pat said. Maybe I did. All right, moving on. Not moving on. Moving on.
I was going to let you flop around like a fish there for a minute.
I know. I can see the look on your face.
I wasn't helping at all.
Let him go. Just let him go. He's going to say something stupid.
Hey, well, September 5th through 6th, the Sim Expo, we've been talking about it for a long time, but it is almost here. I'm telling you, it's less than a month from here now. So if you're interested in joining, please DM Pat your name and when you want to come. We have a house rented, plenty of room for people to come stay, hang out. That's in Chicago. Is it downtown Chicago? Where exactly?
Schaumburg. It's a Schaumburg Convention Center.
Okay.
So it's just outside of Chicago. The house we have rented, it's a 3-bedroom house, so anybody and everybody is welcome to come hang out. We can get all the event passes we want. So even if you were just interested in going to the Sim Expo, get a hold of me. I will get your name over to Alexander PCs, and we will get, the event passes and all that stuff. But the more the merrier that can come up that way. But please get a hold of me so I can get that information. We can get the event passes. Obviously, me and Andy are going to be there. The show goes from noon to 8 p.m. on Friday. It goes from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah.
So I'm so looking forward to seeing everybody or whoever can show up. Not Logan Threckeld. I hope he doesn't show up. He's going to show up. He's in Illinois, and I'm going to have to listen to him yammer and yap and all that other kind of fun stuff. So that's great. I know Jacob Ellingson's going to be there. We don't know for exact amount of time, but he has a piece of sheet metal hostage for me right now. So one way or another, I got to meet up with that man so I can get my Liberty University bed cover. But I'm looking forward to it. Me and Andy had a great meeting with them today. They are so fired up and excited. And
well, what'll be cool is if anybody goes up there, and if you can, and you're like, well, I don't want to go up there because I will spend some money. Well, don't make it about that. Go up there and just hang out. Have a little bit of community, have a little bit of church, if you will, and then what you could do is go to some of these other booths and talk about Goat Locker. Talk about Goat Locker is this is why we're here. This is what Goat Locker does. They've got a booth down there. They're doing this. They're providing sim rigs for veterans, blah, blah, blah. And, help Goat Locker put out little feelers, throw out some lures, see if any fish bite. You never know. Spread the word of Goat Locker. Might be a great opportunity because, folks like iRacing got to love Goat Locker because you're basically building customers for them. And so it could be the same thing. Once you get into sim racing, it gets. You're talking about putting hooks in. When you get into sim racing, the hooks get in, and you buy that G29, and you're like, oh man, I'm and then you get into it, and you're like, oh wait,
Yep.
Yeah,
this ain't good enough no more. Yeah,
G27, baby, $200. Let's go.
This ain't cutting it no more. I got to move up to the Pro Series and the ARCA Glove Station ARCA Series, man. I got to get the Huskinvales. I've got to get the Fanatec's, the Moses. I got to get the whole shebang. So, it'd be great to have Goat Locker's name kind of put out there and be a pretty big presence. So if you're up in that way, I'd love to be there. Hey, go around, talk about it, and let them know. So that'll be fun.
Yep.
The Veterans Retreat in Colorado with the RHI Foundation. Frawhiger is signed up and he is ready to go. Going to be a cool little retreat there, Pat. Pretty neat to offer it, all expenses paid for veterans to come, and pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, for a whole week in Colorado. And they're going to do everything from hiking to whitewater rafting to, some different type of other events when it comes to mental health and veterans and things along those lines. But it is this incredible experience through the Rehabilitation Hospitals of Indiana Foundation is how we got connected with them. And we got Brian all signed up. Not sure if he's the best representation of Goat Locker Racing, but we're going to send him anyway. Hopefully he's not listening right now. But, hey, no, I think it's phenomenal. And we're going to have more and more opportunities like that come about. But for a veteran to be able to they're paying for airfare, lodging, meals. He doesn't have to pay a dime while he is there. And that is an amazing opportunity. Just absolutely amazing opportunity.
Well, I mean, he's a good representation for skinny jeans, that's for sure. Well, the survey is going to come out this weekend, Pat.
It is, finally, after talking about it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'm like, it's coming. We've put the final touches on it. We've had a couple people review it, and it's going to get posted this weekend. And we have a lot of fun at Goat Locker Racing. I'm going to put that, PSA out there. We have a lot of fun. We make a lot of fun of each other. We poke at each other. We do all these things, but I'm going to need everybody to put on their semi-serious hat and fill out this survey. It is anonymous. Not unless you want to leave your contact information for us to reach back out to you or whatever the case may be. But this is just going to help us gather some data points so we can go out there and do the different things we're doing and seek the bigger funding so we can continue our mission. It's pretty short. It should take you less than 5 minutes unless you're a Dallas Cowboys fan and somebody will have to read it to you. Just bringing that back around full circle. Yeah. But yes, it will come out this weekend.
Well, that'll be yeah. So make sure you do
Yep.
that. I don't know why wouldn't you do that to make any sense if you want to be here and you want to see it get better. Now's your time. I mean, everybody goes and complains in the soapbox. You don't like, you don't want not Nashville as the final race of the season. These may be a great opportunity for you to do that. Maybe let your voice be heard. I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, that's it. Yep, nailed it.
so be on the lookout for the survey. Fill it out. Just, I mean, if they're asking for your opinion, it's because they want it, not because they are doing it for just some silly reason. What about these T-shirts, Pat?
I finally have them. I don't remember how long ago that I posted, does anybody want T-shirts and all that stuff. There were some delays and just some logistical craziness. But I finally have them here with me, so we'll get them up. I'll get them up this weekend as well. So if anybody's interested in purchasing a Goat Locker Racing T-shirt, I've got a whole box full of them sitting over here, so we'll get those out there as well. We'll take a few of them up to Chicago with us as well. So if you happen to show up, I don't know, maybe that's the prize you get for showing up. I'm just going to hand you a T-shirt. You show up and then you show up to the Goat Locker Racing booth there at the Schaumburg Convention Center. Maybe I'll just, I'll slap you upside the head with the T-shirt.
Is it a Jam Printing Promotions T-shirt?
It's a Goat Locker Racing T-shirt.
I'm saying, did it come from Jam Printing Promotions?
Where else would it came from?
Okay, well, it'll be a good shirt then, because
go.
they've been putting out some fire shirts. That's the thing that a 37-year-old man
stop
says.
rubbing your chest.
Huh?
It's just really strange.
Feel this, man. It's amazing.
I have a couple of those.
Speaking of rubbing your chest,
yeah,
go to the week, baby. That's what we got to get to.
Hell of a segue.
We missed it last week. Jamie Lipke got on my ass for missing.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. She got on my ass for missing the go to the week, so we can't miss it this week. And my go to the week is to go to Chuck Feltz. You know why? Because I miss him. And I saw him in chat. Yeah, I know. And that's weird to say for a man to say he misses another man, but I do. Chuck, you've been gone too long. We haven't seen you race. You didn't race all in the summer series. I'm gonna call you tomorrow probably, so you better answer your phone. But he's gonna be my go to the week. Can't wait to have him back in racing full time. I don't know where he's gonna be racing. I saw him in chat the other day. Talking crap to somebody, so I'm glad to see him still in form. But so that's going to be my go to the week, Chuck, for no other reason. Just I miss him. I can't wait for him to be back racing with us a whole bunch.
Yeah, I got a chance to chat with him a little bit today because he's getting himself all signed up for both Premier Series and everything.
All right,
I would agree with you. We all need a little bit more Chuck in our lives, for sure.
Yeah.
So my go to the week is going to be Alexander PCs. And we don't do. I mean, we shout out our sponsors and all the other kind of crazy stuff, but I definitely want to plug them a little bit more today. They've done an incredible amount for us. Brad Stevens over there. So if you ever email, Alexander PCs, tag Brad. They're like, hey, Brad. They have helped us out tremendously. They've provided every PC for every sim rig that we've ever done. I've got a couple of them sitting downstairs waiting for the next two veterans. They built the one for, our mobile simulator. They built my personal one. It's on my iRacing machine. I know they've built others for guys within our league. They do an incredible amount for veteran causes. If you pay attention to their social media, they just recently partnered with another veteran gaming organization. And so the owner, TJ, is a veteran himself. They do a lot in the veteran community. And for them to invite us to come up and be a part of their booth at the Sim Expo, they are the title sponsors for the Sim Expo, was incredible. And they've just been a tremendous asset to us and a tremendous partner. So shout out to Alexander PC's my go to the week.
All right. Well, Andy, I'm going to put you on the spot. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. But we do a go to the week. And so it could be anybody. It could be somebody in the league, somebody around you. It could be anything you want. It's your go to the week, so you make it whatever you want. You got to go to the week, or you want to come back?
I'm going to go with everybody that's contributed in any way, shape, or form from the day the two knuckleheads started Goat Locker with this crazy idea and got it to today. Whether you gave an hour of your time or $10 of your money or gave, years of your life dedicated to Goat Locker or whatever you've done, anything in between, anybody that's ever given a flip about this place and the people that are in it and added and contributed to that in some way, I say you're the go to the week.
Love it. Yep, I like that. That's a good one. Well, we'll transition on since we've been talking about veterans. We might as well highlight our Warrior of the Month. I don't know what we're calling it, but it's a Warrior Spotlight. I don't know if
There we
it's
go.
of the month, if it's of the week, if it's whatever.
It's just a
But
Warrior spotlight.
it's Jamie Lipke, a big part of this community, and Jamie is our latest Warrior Spotlight. Served in the North Dakota Army National Guard with FSC 164th Engineering Battalion from June 2009 to December 2019 as an Allied Trade Specialist. Jamie held many qualifications and was a master driver, qualifying official, and a crew served weapons instructor. We're proud to have Jamie as a part of the GLR family and Jamie Lipke, our Warrior Spotlight. Woo woo! All right. Well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We've talked about quite a bit, but man, I tell you what, we've got the fall series coming up, man. It feels like we just ended the summer series, but I think normally I like to take a little break.
I know.
And I like to, just chill and just take my mind. But I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm already wishing it was 3 weeks from now or whatever it is. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to race. I've seen the schedules. The schedules are out. We're not going to go over all the damn schedules. There's way too many. But you can go look for yourself. But I do have the graphic for it. I hope it pops up right. It does not. Here, let me fix that.
Oh,
Boom!
Hey.
A little bit of technology, a little flick of the wrist. Bow! There it is. Your fall series, Lincoln Tech fall series. And there's all the series that we got right there. You got your Glow Station ARCA series, which we talked about. Andy Karnes, he'll be racing in that one. I'll be broadcasting that one. I'm excited. We got some fun stuff with that one coming up on Monday. So you got Tuesdays, the new, I think, mainstay, hopefully.
Yes.
Going to be the Lincoln Tech IndyCar series. So if you want to lose the fenders and probably lose some brain cells, I don't know, hitting them walls, but the IndyCar is going to be for you. It's a fun series for a lot of reasons. I'll tell you why I like the IndyCar series before we move on, is that I love the fact that we always talk about these fixed setups. It'd be nice if we could change the air pressure. It'd be nice if we could change a little bit of wedge or the track bar or something in the race. Well, guess what you could do in the IndyCar series? You can change some of that stuff. So if you want to be able to have a fixed series where you don't have to have a damn engineering degree and you want to be able to make some changes, help the car turn, which you're going to have to do in that Indy car. It's you go to an oval, if you ain't messing with that weight jacker, you're in trouble. You don't have to, but you'll want to. But that's a fun series for that reason alone. You can change the front, rear roll bars. You can do the weight jacker on ovals, and it's got the push to pass on the road course. It's just a fun car, fun, interesting, and if they ever put the hybrid on there, it'd be even more interesting. So it's worth a try if you want to do something different, something you haven't been doing before. The IndyCar has been a lot of fun. I don't know, Pat, you want to back me up on that one?
Yeah, I love it. I had such an absolute blast with it, and I was hoping, and I think all of us were. I know me and you talked about it a lot, Eddie. Is like we're going to put it back in the summer, and we hope we get the car counts to make it a mainstay, and we hope we get the buzz about it, and we get the drivers out here. And man, did they show up over the summer? So yeah, IndyCar's here to stay, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's one of those series, I don't know what everybody's ideal. Like, some people think that the series is not good if it don't have 43 cars. But I think we all have been a part of something like that where it's like, hey, look, 15 to 25 is usually a pretty solid number. And IndyCar pretty much pulled at least 15 every single week, which is amazing. It's really cool.
Yeah, because it's street courses, it's road courses. I mean, it's mainly that. I mean, you look at the real IndyCar schedule, and that's what it's vastly made of, and so will ours. So come out and test your merit at some of these street courses and road courses. Get behind one of these open wheel cars and figure out what push to pass is.
Yeah, so you got that. Now, if you're a little bit more competitive, you want that little extra juice, or you really like wrestling belts, one of the few reasons to maybe try out the Cruising Classics Next Gen. They're doing tryouts now, so you better be getting in there because you can't just show up. Those are Premier Series, and the idea is, well, what makes a series Premier? Is it the drivers are all 5,000 I rating? No, but they are vetted a little bit. You got to try out. And that makes it a little bit more prestigious. makes it a little bit harder to get in. You can't just join Goat Locker and join in. You gotta pay to play. This is one of the few, Goat Locker historically a free series, but the idea is that if you're gonna pay money to race here, gosh darn it, you'll take care of the next guy. You'll make sure that the racing's good, and that's sort of the idea behind those. Of course, you got the badass trophies of a wrestling belt at the end of it. So the Cruiser Classic Next Gen series on Wednesday, and then Friday's the SAVE22 Truck Series. That just got a good ring to it. I like it.
Well, that's the flagship of Goat Locker Racing. That is the series. It has always been the series. Will always be the series. That's the one you want to get in. And tryouts are happening for that right now. So get a hold of Jamie Barkis if you want to join either the Friday Night Trucks or Wednesday Night Next Gen. We're looking for a few more drivers to fill up those spots. And, everybody always asks, hey, you guys are charging $60 to get into this thing. If you want to race both, it's $100. All that money goes right back into the nonprofit. There is an end of season big badass, wrestling belt, $200-something, trophy at the end of it. And those are pretty cool to have around. We added some things in this year to both Premier Series. We've got some racing memorabilia that we're going to present as prizes throughout the season. So there's going to be a lot of really cool things happening in the Premier Series. But secondary to that, it allows us to build some funds within the nonprofit so we can help more veterans, put more things up on the broadcast, all those different types of things. So if you're ever wondering, where's my $60 go? Well, hi, we're Goat Locker Racing. We're a 501c nonprofit that help veterans and first responders who are struggling with their mental health and thoughts of suicide. That's where your money is going. So hope to see some guys trying out, but get hold of Jamie Barkis for that.
Well, I can tell you one thing, and this is tooting. It feels like maybe I'm tooting my own horn, but I don't mean for this to be this way. I'm tooting Goat Locker's horn. Those two series are paid, and that is very cheap for what you get for a series like that. But then you look at all the other series that are in Goat Locker, the ones that are broadcasted. I dare you to go anywhere else and find enough free series you can just join a race whenever you want to with the quality of broadcast that you get for free. I challenge you to go find that. Now, you can complain about the guy that's racing next to you or whatever, but when you talk about just the league itself, I challenge you to go find a series, a league that offers all of those right there for absolutely free for the most part. So
5 out of the 7 are free.
Yeah, pretty incredible. All really high quality. And people, if you complain about the racing, guess who's in charge of the racing? The drivers. So if the race is not good, look inward and say, maybe it's me. Maybe I got some work to do. Maybe it's not everything else. I don't know. So anyway, of course, then we got the InVets Xfinity Series. A little bit of change up there. It was on Tuesday nights. We made way for the IndyCar Series.
Yep.
Then we had 2 Truck Series in the summer, which I think was really great. But having 2 Truck Series, I'd be curious to know. I think I have the answer, but for people who want to know, what's your thought of okay, we had 2 Truck Series, one on Sunday nights. Let's change it to Xfinity. What's sort of the thought process of doing that?
Yeah, well, one, we had to make room for the IndyCar Series. So something had to give, something had to change, those types of things. And the whole purpose there's a couple purposes behind it of having a series on Sunday was, one, to help the weekend folks out, those on the West Coast, all those types of things. Those that want to race on the weekend, we wanted something for them. So we've got the sports car on Saturday. We had the truck series on Sunday. It was a secondary truck series for those that didn't make the Friday night, so they could still race trucks. And so the thought process was, hey, we've got to make room for IndyCar. We don't want to lose Xfinity.
Yeah.
It's a great car. It's a great stepping stone. So let's put it all together. Let's change Sunday from trucks to Xfinity. And so those that have been racing on Sunday will now get to step into a different vehicle as they make their progress up, towards one of those Premier Series. Gives them an opportunity to race something different. And everybody loves it. I've gotten a lot of awesome feedback. They're excited that the Xfinity car is coming to Sundays. So I think it's going to be just as an incredible a series on Sundays as the trucks was. InVets is still the sponsor of it as well. But yeah, it's going to be a stepping stone because really at the end of all of it, Eddie, we want to see people move up and get selected into our Premier Series.
Yep.
It's what, if the competitor in you even exists, that's what you should be shooting towards. That I want to race with these bad mofos on Friday nights in the truck series, because that is the championship of all championships. That is Goat Lock Racing's flagship. How do I get there?
Yep.
Well, we're going to give you a lot of opportunities to get there. You can start off in the AM series in ARCA, maybe move up to Pro, then go check out some Xfinity here, race some late models there. A lot of opportunities to move your way up and through Goat Locker.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even that benefits Goat Locker, but it's just cool for the drivers to have a path to take. If you want to kind of feel like you're a real NASCAR driver, you got that dirt to Daytona feel. Well, you got it. You got asphalt late models on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Or 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in the Lord's time, and you can start there. You can go to ARCA, then you can go to Xfinity, and then you go to Next Gen. So you can go all the way through the ranks. You can't go to trucks, but you can skip. You can eventually end up at trucks. So you can kind of follow the whole deal. So really, really cool late model series on Thursdays, and then dadgummit Saturdays.
Yeah. I know.
Sports car series. And if you didn't see the announcement, thanks to Jacob Linke and also Goat Locker Racing, we're going to have 4 of those races broadcasted. Y'all been asking for it, and people have been, why is this not broadcast? And we've been like, well, you need money to do it. And so, dadgummit, if we didn't have some people step up on the broadcast side who said, yeah, I want to do it. Ken Huber kind of unprompted. Me and you, Pat, we talked about this already. And Ken, the other night on the Sunday night broadcast, he said, I'd really like to do a few of those races. And I was like, well, guess what? We talked about this, and what a better guy to announce for the GT3 races than the guy who dominates. And he actually said, maybe he should be my go to the week. He said, I want to do that because I don't want to stink up the show. Now, he comes in there and whoops everybody's butts in that GT3 series. Unbelievable. And he said, you know what? I don't want to come up there and just stink up every show. I'd like to be able to jump in the booth, call some of those races. So pretty cool of him. Tim Jones, I believe, is going to produce the thing, which I can't think of a better producer than the league admin himself to produce that show. That'll be a lot of fun. So 4 races. The first race of the season in IndyCar, the Daytona 2-hour race, and then we had the Red Bull Ring, which is the penultimate race of the season. And then Jacob Linke said, I love Spa, and I want to see it broadcast. I think it'll put on a good race. So he's gonna do that one and have that one broadcasted. So there you go. 4 races, 4 incredible races. Those tracks are amazing, and I think they'll put on great racing, and it'll be a good show. So can't wait for that. All these are my favorite thing about all of this is I'm a little biased, is that all of them are going to be broadcasted on V-Speed by our own people. How about that?
Love it. Absolutely love it.
So we've got sort of a tentative group of people. I can kind of give you who those people are going to be. Jacob Linke and Ken Huber, I think, are going to stay on the Sunday night.
Awesome.
And call the Xfinity Series. I'll be producing that one. Monday, Scott Schreck and Dave Regal will stay on the Monday series. Try to keep everybody where they were, and I'll be producing that one as well. Michael McCarthy, Logan Threlkeld, and Jake Reeves will be the IndyCar booth on Tuesday nights. Wednesday nights will be Lucas Lyon, Jake Reeves, and Daniel Cunningham. If you haven't seen what Lucas has been doing, man, he's been doing a really good job. The IndyCar broadcasts were amazing. He's putting in the work. He's asking questions. He's making stuff. He made those track guides and stuff just unprompted. And that's the kind of stuff that we love to see. So I'm putting a lot of trust and faith in him, and I feel so confident that I'm putting him on both of the Premier Series. And he's also going to be doing Friday nights along with Logan Threlkeld and Daniel Cunningham. So that's a tentative schedule. Things may change. Life happens. But how cool is that we have people that want to be a part of Goat Locker and are in Goat Locker already that race here, that want to be a part of these shows and be a part of the broadcast. We could add another race, honestly. We did. Saturday night, we added 4 races on Saturday night, and they'll be broadcasted. So, really cool. I think there's a big push People want the late model series broadcasted as well, and it's the same deal. It's the same deal to get the late models broadcasted. I think as far as personnel goes, I think we're getting there where we could probably make the personnel happen. So, man, it was so exciting, man. There's so many cool things happening in Goat Locker. I'm just every time I look and see that we were able to pull this off, it's just awesome that we were able to make it happen really quickly. And I said it in my little post the other day. I expected it to be tough. I expected it to be hard, and a long road of struggling. Nope. The Tim Jones, Michael McCarthy, Lucas Lyons kicked ass on the production side. Did the things that they needed to do. Got put through the ringer of how to do this stuff, and then took their time and said, okay, I'm going to learn and get this stuff going, and knocked it out of the park. And then all the announcers are incredible, man. It just makes a huge difference when they know the league.
Yes.
I had an interview today, and I was talking about Goat Locker with them, and was talking about just how much difference it makes to be able to have people who know your drivers. It always stinks when you got and we're not throwing shade to any broadcasters. We loved all the broadcast partners that we had. So it's not a shade. It's just if we go and got somebody random and had to do that for some of these leagues, and you always just stinks when somebody comes in and they don't know your name. They don't know who your teammates with. They don't know your history. And these guys that are announcing your races, they know your history. They know your names. They know how you've been doing, and that just elevates it, just makes it so much better. So just cannot thank those people enough. Jacob Linke, Ken Huber, Scott Schreck, Dave Regal, Logan Threlkel, Daniel Cunningham, who has been amazing, by the way. His announcing everybody's done great, but his announcing has just exponentially gotten better. I listened to the last IndyCar broadcast and of the season, and it was incredible. To me, that's the gold standard. So, fantastic job by all those. Logan Threlkel, Jake Reeves, who just had a baby, still coming in. Got a brand new baby, still calling races. So, man, I can't thank all those people enough for what they're doing. And then I'm just so excited. I was worried about having to do too much in the fall series, and now I'm like, hey, I need to get me a couple more series.
Well, hey, we still got time, Eddie, so don't count us out yet. You never know. That sports car series might be
No, wait. I'm not doing that one. No.
fully funded.
That's my baby, though. Somebody else is going to do that one. I'm not doing it. I'm going to race in that one. But, no, I would do it if I had to. But that's exciting. So I'm hoping that is the case. We get all that stuff funded. I know y'all been working hard on that, but at least right now, 4 races are going to be broadcast. I'll take that. That's going to be pretty cool. So I can't wait to see that on the screen.
5 races will be broadcast. Oh, you're talking. Never mind.
The sports car, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right. Ignore me.
So let's see. Let's say, well, okay, I work 5 days a week. All right, well, what days are you off? I'm off on Monday, Tuesday. Well, guess what? Dadgummit. We got ARCA and IndyCar. All right, well, maybe I'm off on Wednesday, Thursday. Well, you got the next gen if you make the race, or you can do the late model and watch Goat Talk on Thursday. All right, well, what about I'm off on Saturday, Sunday? Well, damn it, guess what? You got the GT3 series and the Xfinity series. Every night of the week, y'all. What the hell's wrong with us?
I don't know, man. I was talking to a couple people today, and I don't think a lot of people put this into perspective, but over the next 4 months, Goat Locker Racing will host close to 140 events. Those are races, our podcast. We're going to host close to 140 events over the next, 4 months. So
I just got real tired.
Me too. I don't like thinking about it like that. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff going on. So we got something for everybody. It doesn't matter when you're off, when you're sleeping, when you're awake. Goat Locker, we're 24/7.
Well, they changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. You think we can get them to add an 8th day to the week? Because we might can throw in another race if we get an 8th day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a leap week or something.
I think we're just going to sit right here for now.
Okay, I'll put that in the oven, see if it cooks a little bit, and see how that goes, and I'll send that up a chain. If you got an email or something I could use, Pat, I'll send an email and see what they can do. But
perfect.
Yeah, I mean we got racing every day of the week, so get excited, man. Get excited for the fall series. If you got people obviously veterans, first responders. If you know them, they're looking for a place to come race. Definitely want to get as many of those here. That's what this is all about. But if you got friends and family, we've seen a lot of people inviting other people over
Yes.
just because they have so much fun. We love that. If you support veterans and first responders, just as good, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
If you don't, you can kiss our ass. But if
I mean,
don't come here, I promise you that.
yeah,
But
do
if
not
you-
go up here.
Yeah.
We've shown a few people the door.
There you go. So, but if you do, and you got friends and family who do as well, man, bring them on, man. We'll take you. We got plenty of spots available outside of the Wednesday and Friday series, but you have to kind of be here a little bit. They're not going to let you in that right away, but we'd love to have anybody join up. So send it out. Send out these little recruitment messages that Jamie's been posting that say we want you with the QR code and the Discord and stuff like that. Send those out on your Facebook, on TikTok, on I don't know, OnlyFans if you have that, put it on there as well.
Yeah, why not?
And spread the word.
Yeah.
Even this right here, you got this graphic right here. It's in Discord. Go get it. Post it on an iRacing group. If you got, go post it somewhere that somebody might see it. And they'll join up. And we can make it even bigger. All right. Well, that's the fall series. That's exciting.
It is.
Anything else about that, Andy? You got anything to say?
If you know anybody,
look, you ever seen that? Hold on.
Bring the sports car series. What's up? Go.
Have you ever seen the Barry Gibb talk show from that SNL skit?
No, I don't think.
Jimmy Fallon. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Just ignore me. Go ahead. What were you saying?
If you know anybody, we tried all night.
Dude.
We tried all night. If you know of anyone that is looking for the sports car series, reach out to me. And we'll get in contact with them. Let's put something together. Let's get that thing funded for the whole season, get a sponsor on it. Also, let's see if we can't get a couple late model races going.
Yep.
Let's get some smaller sponsorships. Let's get some companies that are looking to maybe dip their toe in the goat locker water, and let's see if we can't get pick 2 or 3 or 4 of those races a year, and let's get that series started, and let's work its way up to getting both of them funded.
There you go. I love it. Well, there you have it. As far as the fall series goes, man, golly, I'm so excited. The sports car series schedule is amazing. A lot of these schedules are vastly. I mean, there's really not too many stinkers in any of the schedules. The team did a really great job of putting those together. Man, it's going to be a fun time. So definitely start marking your calendar now. Figure out which one you're going to do. You ain't got to race all of them. Just find a couple of them. Say, this is what I'm going to do. And commit to it. And stay the whole damn season. Stop leaving if you're not in the playoffs or something. Stay the whole time.
Right.
My goodness, you're crazy. Especially if you pay. Jamie Barker says this. That blows my mind. If I pay $60 to race for a season, you better believe I'm going to be there at that final race. I'm going to race the damn champion harder than anybody else because I paid $60 to do it. That's what you ought to do too. So, man, I don't know what to tell y'all. Don't be show up for the rest of the damn races. I don't know why I jumped on. I
don't know why you jumped on that one either, but
yeah, I don't know.
All right,
show
man.
up.
Yeah. Just
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got the before we get out of here, I've run my mouth long. We're gonna get
little business to take care of.
Yeah, we got to get this daggum 87.
Yes, we do.
Bracket. Get you a little screen share here. We'll talk you through it. We'll just run my mouth even more.
I still want a recount from last week, but we'll move forward.
Yeah, a little bit of cussing out being done by Pat or pre-show about his coin flip to lose there to Jacob Linke and get dropped out. I don't know why you're doing that to me because I'm just as upset about it because I thought yours was one of the better ones. So
thank you.
But anyway, so here we are down to the end of the bracket. So this is the final 4, and we got Mike Browning's number 4 Black Sheep machine against the Alexander PC's Devin Smith machine, and that is going to go to Mike Browning.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay. Yep.
Moves on. And then over here we've got Jamie Lipke and Jacob Linke. Way too close for names.
Way too close.
And so they're going head to head. And Jacob Linke, biggest upset of the whole damn tournament, in my opinion.
Really?
I thought so. That Mountain Dew machine. You said last week the Mountain Dew machine was going to go all the way.
Yeah, it was a shoe-in.
The hell you talking about? Really? Oh, you meant you're agreeing with me.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to you agreeing with me. But anyway.
What?
I don't know.
All right.
So here is your champion. Championship's going to be Mike Browning's Black Sheep against the Big Fish Barbecue SAVE22. Honestly, I do love this scheme. It is a well done scheme. So that's going to be your championship. I'm going to click save, and now you should be able to vote on them. And next week we will crown a champion, and they'll win a prize or two, some Goat Locker swag.
Except for if Mike Browning wins. I'm not sending that guy anything.
Well, look here. The votes have kind of fallen off. I'm going to go back there and remind y'all by posting a couple links and tag y'all. But everybody, let's get a vote here on the championship. We're kind of falling off on the votes. Let's get a bunch of votes on here and see who's going to come away with this one. I don't know. That's kind of a tough little championship there.
It is. Sure I mean, that Black Sheep car is pretty damn cool looking.
Yeah.
And then, the way they modified that, the Kmart, and I forget what the hood logo was. We talked about it before, but how that was modified. I mean, that thing is so clean. I can't believe it beat the Mountain Dew car, though.
It is wild, but I think what's interesting about this championship is you have sort of a retro wave car, which is sort of what people say modern 80s. You know, this sort of a retro wave scheme, not one you would see in 1987. And then you've got Jacob Linke's, which is a replica of a scheme that was in 87 or around that time. So interesting to see sort of the retro wave versus the actual 87 kind of go head to head here in the championship. So boom. All right. Well, let's see. We got a couple minutes. We can talk about some NASCAR stuff if you want to. You want to talk a little bit about NASCAR? You got people have wanted us to kind of talk about it at some of these shows. And, Pat's got his Byron stuff on. He got his extra fuel tank thanks to that ethanol clean
Powered by
fuel.
corn. Powered by corn.
He was able to make it very far. And I think people have been talking about that, saying, oh, well, they're always talking about how you can't make it on fuel and blah, 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 and they make it anyway. Well, I think it sucks because the graphic on the broadcast.
That's a guesstimate, though.
Yeah, it's just making it up. You know what I mean? They don't know how long.
No.
I don't even think the teams know how long. They don't have that kind of data. So, so I think that's where a lot of people got a little upset is they thought that Byron was definitely going to run out. But you heard him. I mean, Rudy was telling him, back up to the 19, back up. He was hollering too, wasn't he?
Yes. Those last few laps, he was just yelling and screaming. He's like, if you got to let the lap cars go, let them go. Give them their damn lap back, but keep backing up to it. And I mean, I always laugh when they pull those little things up. They're at 33%. They're at 23%. I'm like, you're just making stuff up. Yeah. That's not accurate. It's not any of those types of things. And so if anybody wants to go, well, Hendrick Motorsports and William Byron, that dude has run out of gas twice this year.
Yeah.
He ran out at Michigan while leading the damn race, killed his race. He was running, I think, fourth at Indy and ran out. So he has run out of gas twice this year. This is the first time he has ever been on the good side of a fuel mileage thing, which was incredible because, he won the opening race at Daytona. Second time he's won the Daytona 500, which was amazing for him in his career. But it's been this long little kind of dry spell, and he's had some great races and all that other kind of fun stuff. And if you don't know, I'm a William Byron fan. So to finally see him, bring it home and park that Raptor Chevy in Victory Lane was pretty awesome for me. Maybe not for some other folks, but for me.
Andy, are you a NASCAR fan?
Yep, I am.
What did you think about that race?
I liked Iowa. I think it produced a great show for all the series that were there. It was just a good track. Sam Meyer got his first win in Xfinity. That was good to see.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good to see Haas, the Haas factory team, finally get a win after Stuart Haas went away, and now
Cole, a tough situation. Yeah,
Cole Custer's the only one in Cup now under this Haas factory team, and so I'm not going to say I'm a big Sam Mayer fan. I'm not. He's the stupid Superman. Just shut up. Just shut up and be humble. Um, when he was with Junior Motorsports and all that other stuff, and
Yeah.
so I'm not the biggest fan, but to see Haas factory team get a win was super super cool.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I thought the race was tough, and I think once the Cup Series race, I mean
Got ugly.
it became a shoving match
Yeah.
really fast, and it was, man, I watched Larson. The way I watch the races, I watch the broadcast, and then I watch Larson on my phone on the which is crazy because he's normally not on the broadcast anymore these days because he's been doing so bad. So I've been having to watch him race for 25th the last few weeks, and so I was watching him, and I saw his meltdown happen.
Yeah.
Over time, because
Yep.
Chase Elliott had a really fast car. I think Larson's was a little bit off, especially once he got back in traffic. And man, I was watching him try to get back up through there after getting trapped a lap down, and he was getting so frustrated. He would get on these restarts, he was getting knocked 3 wide. And I said he's going to wreck somebody soon, because when he came over the radio and MF'd him and said this guy,
they bleeped out the entire radio transmission,
the whole thing. And I was like, uh-oh. And poor Ty Dillon. It wasn't the next restart. Ty Dillon had to check up off the corner, and Larson never lifted, just sent his ass. And Larson said, I got one. So it must have been the most frustrating racing. And that's my issue with even Iowa on the sim is it can be frustrating, man. It's so hard to pass. It's great for viewership, but when you're driving and you're all so close to each other, that outside line on iRacing is almost unbeatable. You just can't really do much about it. And it seemed to be sort of the case even on I don't know about the new Iowa, but on iRacing I haven't raced it. But it seemed like in real life it was very similar.
I think a lot of people complain about that. I think at almost every track we go to nowadays, whether it's on iRacing or in real life, because we see all the comments and all this different types. Oh, it's a snooze fest and this is boring and they can't pass. I think we talk about every track like that nowadays. We just we've got short-term memory. No, we're not going to talk about it at Watkins Glen this week coming up. Nope, not going to talk about that at all. But I hear that so much. I hear it so much in the sim, and I think it's that car. It's the next gen car and how aero dependent it is, and with diffusers and everything like that. Name a track that you can pass really well in that car at an oval.
Charlotte. It was an interesting race. Well, that's sort of an outlier. It's not fair that I would say that because it's an outlier. But at Charlotte, the 600. We were at the race, and if you got out in front, your car got so loose that you couldn't actually pull away. So not a fair answer, honestly. But yeah, it's just a weird thing that we've moved into where the 1.5 miles are now the better tracks. We used to complain about those all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Homestead lost his date because it was such a boring race in people's eyes, and so now we've come full circle. And now, Phoenix is a terrible race in people's eyes. And Phoenix, these short tracks are tough. Martinsville is not what it used to be. It's just a weird how the sport has moved. Talladega, Daytona, I would fall into the idea that that's some of the worst racing we have, that NASCAR has at the moment. Talladega, Daytona. It's just awful. Where that used to be, man, that was the pinnacle, so.
Yeah,
it ebbs and flows, man. It just changes.
And I think the driving has just gotten a lot more aggressive. There's not a lot of respect on the track anymore. I mean, Iowa was a great example of that. They're just going to push and shove, and it's a product of the car because they don't really have a choice. If they want to make a move or they want to make a pass, they've got to get aggressive with it, and they've got to rough some people up. They've got to take advantage of those restarts because once it spreads out, you're just going to sit there because you're going to get aero blocked. Because the guy in front of you has 2 separate mirrors, one being a video camera, the other one being his regular mirror to figure out exactly where you're going and just take all the air from you.
Yeah, and you got the same parts. I mean, you got the same parts as that guy, too. So it's not like you can, like in the 90s, I mean, Ray Evernham and Dale Earnhardt, or Ray Evernham and Jeff Gordon and then Dale Earnhardt, their cars were just much better.
Yeah.
And so, of course, you can pass when your car is that much better. In those days, it was just like that. But now the parity is so high. You have 16 different winners. It's going to be tough to pass. So I don't know how everybody has an idea of how to solve it, and everybody's got the idea how to solve it, but I just don't know. I don't know if you solve this problem. You put horsepower in it. They went from 550 to 670, and still the same issues. Short tracks are still hard to pass at. So yeah, just one of those things. NASCAR is going to change over time.
Yep.
I'm going to complain about it, but I still understand that. I think the Daytona. I think the drafting tracks are just ridiculous. Because they're literally just fuel saving and nobody can pass. That's such a weird thing to
It is
have.
now. Yes.
Everybody's running 170 miles an hour at Talladega. That's supposed to be the whole reason why that track was built, was to run over 200 miles an hour. And so for guys to be driving majority of the race at 170 miles an hour, saving fuel, and they're four wide, but they're slow. It just that's a bummer to me for somebody who's gone to Talladega a lot. So I'm hoping they'll figure something out, but I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't have the answers, but it just seems like it's a flip flop. Now the mile and a half and the road courses are amazing. So
yes, it's what the car was built to do. I mean, if you look at how it was designed and sequential shifters and the big brake packages and all that stuff, I mean, that car eats up road courses, and it provides some fantastic racing.
Yeah.
And then you've got people like SVG that's in the series now that just brings more to the road courses. And so
are you a little surprised that SVG is that much better? Because we've had ringers come in before in NASCAR. Ringers have always been sort of a thing. And so, I thought SVG come in, like everybody else, they said, well, when we go to Sonoma, he won't be as good. And then this guy's just kicking everybody's butts. You're not surprised at all that he's that much better?
No, because he came from supercars, and the supercars, the V8 supercars over there in Australia, are very similar to the stock cars. Obviously, I mean, seating position and all the other kind of crazy stuff, but they're very similar. They're similar in horsepower. They're somewhat similar in aero. So for him to step into, and then you think about some of those other road course ringers, those guys came from like IMSA or MX5 Cup. They came from road course series.
Yeah.
And the car was very, very dissimilar to what a NASCAR was. And then you also take into account that they were stepping into the Gen 5 car or the Gen 4 car, which was a pure stock car. Yeah. It really wasn't designed to be on road courses. This car is designed to be on road courses. It's it is a absolute beast on road courses. And from his background coming from supercars and all other stuff, it wasn't that big of in my mind.
Yeah.
Wasn't that big of a leap for him. And, oh, by the way, we're going to throw you in a car that was designed to go do what you're really freaking good at doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun, man.
It is.
People are going to turn on him soon. It's going to be very soon. People are going to turn on him in the NASCAR community. Is going to be irritated with it. And they're going to be calling. You're going to see it. It's coming. It's going to be, we need changes to the playoff format because SVG finishes 30th in ovals and he wins all these. It's coming. Just be aware. Everybody loves him at Chicago in the last couple of years, but it's coming. The SVG hate is coming. But I just love it. I love to see somebody as good as that showing their talent. I just love people who are really good at what they do. So, I love SVG. I'm here for it. If he wants to win every road course from here on out, that's what he needs to do because that's racing, baby.
Yeah.
If you suck, if you ain't as good as him, guess what you got to do? You got to get better.
Get better.
These are the best in the world. This is what you do for a living. You got to figure it out. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, what a show. Golly.
Yeah.
This is the best 1.5 hour, 1 hour podcast that you'll ever watch. I promise you. And thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all so much for watching, supporting Goat Locker, supporting us here with Goat Talk. Make sure you go to save22.vet at save22vet on YouTube and happyhourracing.com/ATYL for any kind of NASCAR gear that you want. If you want an SVG diecast or SVG shirt, it's a good place to go get it. Thank all of our sponsors, partners, and of course, Pat, Andy, thank y'all for being here. Y'all got anything else before we head on out of here?
Bye.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, there he is. Hey, before we go, make sure you go on Discord at Andrew Karnes. Let him know that we're happy to have him, Director of Operations here at Goat Locker Racing. And yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next week. There's all kinds of little racing and stuff going on. People throwing up fun runs, so pay attention to Discord. Keep an eye out on the announcement channels that get thrown up almost every week. So if you want to do some racing, there's still plenty out there. All right,
Yes, sir.
guys, we'll see y'all later.
See you.